Hello, whoever is watching. I'm going to critique Wicca. It is a religion, and I recently read a book about it. It's called Wicca, A Guide for the Solitary Practitioner by Scott Cunningham. And it's a very popular book and very well rated on Amazon. It sold over 400,000 copies. So what I did was I read through the book and highlighted key parts, and then wrote down some stuff on post-it notes, and jotted a little bit in the edges about things that were interesting. Wicca is a pagan polytheistic religion with a focus on witchcraft. Wiccans believe they can cast magic through altered states of consciousness. They also believe in a higher power in the form of a god and goddess. The deities are borrowed from Roman mythology, and the main one is a horned god. They believe that they can communicate with animals, plants, and trees. So, perhaps you may see a Wicca person talking to a dog or bush and expecting a response, so don't be alarmed. Afterlife. They believe we are reincarnated and that we lived previously as rocks, trees, snails, any type of organism, or I suppose non-organism if that includes rocks. They are very spiritual and chant with shrines like many Eastern religions. One of their rituals is to dance around fire and altar to celebrate energy. They describe magnetism as magic. Which it really isn't magic, I suppose, if we understand its properties and its laws and everything. They use unproven rituals to try and fulfill their goals, like lighting a candle, using oil, herbs. They believe in magic brooms and crystal balls. During ceremonial magic, they claim to command things to appear in visible form, although obviously, there's no real footage of anything like this happening. They also claim to call up dead spirits and goddesses on their crystal ball. So they think that the crystal ball has magical powers. They use bells to ward off evil spirits. Also, one thing that was interesting is that they use these rituals to try and fulfill things that they want, like become rich. So they'll say chants, or they'll cast spells or something, and try and think about money, and then that's supposed to help somehow generate money in their lives. So I guess I missed that chapter in Think and Grow Rich. Wicca is often practiced outdoors in the dark. Reincarnation is done to perfect the soul, although I'm not a very religious person, so I don't believe in the soul. One thing to note about that is that a lot of people are very on the edge, are skeptical about, perhaps there is something like a soul, because of there's apparently 26 grams of weight that is lost when a person dies, and people don't know what that is, so they say, oh, it could be a soul. I think that it could be anything, not necessarily a soul. It could be maybe air in the lungs. I hear that when you die, that you immediately defecate everything from your body, so perhaps that's also what it is. So that's my thoughts on that. They use many tools in Wicca. One of the tools that they have is a thame. That's a sacred knife. Be like a magic knife, because they use it for their rituals. They do meditating, so they think that they can enter altered states of mind through meditation. I don't understand how they think that they can do that, but I mean in Buddhism it's the same thing. They think that they can get a greater understanding of the world through like meditation and breathing exercises. Visualization, they think they can, there's like a technique that, and I'm pulling this all from the book. This isn't, I'm not just making this up. This is what he describes Wicca is in the book. It's a technique to see what is not physically present. He says, our eyes can only see a specific wavelength of visible light. Okay, this is my comment. Our eyes can only see a specific wavelength of visible light. Otherwise, we need X-ray, infrared, etc. Yeah, obviously, you know, there's a lot of things that are out there that we can't really interpret with our mind and our brain. We need to study. Like you can't see a cell. You need a microscope to see it. You can't see like your heart, and I mean things are going on in your body. You have no clue what's going on. I think there's a famous quote by Nikola Tesla where he says, you know, our senses are pretty weak, and we can't really perceive and understand the world the best way just by what we see and what we feel, and we need to go. There's like a better understanding that we can do. I think it's just by studying. That's my personal belief, but perhaps they think that by some form of meditation they can see the properties of things, like maybe the Matrix where it's like all numbers or something. I'm not sure. They claim stone and crystals and everything have energy. They claim fireballs are real and that they can cast fireballs with magic. They recommended putting dragon's blood in a cauldron. I suppose we retrieved this blood from the city of Atlantis after pulling a sword out of stone and turning a prince from a frog. Also included in this book is the Book of Shadows in the Wicca religion, and the Book of Shadows is supposed to be like the unofficial or official Bible of the religion, so we included it. And there's many different versions of the Book of Shadows, and he just has one book. It starts off almost identical to the Old Testament in the Bible. It says, before time was, there was the One was all, and all was the One. So you can see how similar that is. I don't know. It was, the Book of Shadows was like a lot of verses and a lot of sayings. It was pretty boring. Nothing too crazy in there. Just pretty regular. It almost reads like any self-help book. They talk more about magic and rituals. They think, you know, that, you know, you can like, maybe create a circle or an altar or cast a spell and do something to create magic. I was going to demonstrate doing that, but I'm not going to do that. There's also rune magic. Rune is a symbol, and they have different properties. They can be used to supposedly attract good fortune, and they also cast like spells. So you want a new car and you don't have any money, then they recommend that you would, you know, practice rune magic, and that's supposed to help you get the car one day. Maybe I couldn't find any famous Wiccans. I was trying to see who was famous that was Wiccan, and surprisingly I don't know anyone in Hollywood who is a Wiccan. I heard that Roseanne Barr tried to cast like a spell on someone, but I don't know if she's Wiccan or not. One big criticism of this could be, well, perhaps, this stuff isn't working because I'm not part of a coven. Coven is it's a group of Wiccan people that do all the rituals and celebrations and all this stuff to be part of the Wiccan group, but I don't believe that. I don't buy that. I think that there's no step ladder of accomplishments that you need to do to somehow gain all these powers like you see in movies or TV shows or video games, where you grow up to a certain level and then you are able to cast a fireball, or you practice it and study for enough years, you're able to turn your friend into a newt or something, or create money out of thin air. I don't think that it's going to be like that. So that's my opinion on the whole subject, and that ends my critique. Thank you.